So I think you're one of the girls at Central, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. She's gonna have to make a check mark here. No.
Here is a copy of my resume if you want it.
Okay. Take a deep breath. Remember, this is a mock.
I know.
Take a deep breath. You work with, oh, boom. So is Central the only affiliation you've had?
I've worked at Central and then here at Bloomsburg.
Okay, okay. Well, I see the grad, okay, good, all right. Yeah, good.
Alright, so we're just gonna start off, just tell us a little bit about yourself.
Personally or work experience wise?
Let's go personal first.
Say column A and column B.
Okay. I'm from Strasburg. I was a swimmer. I swam here. I like to work out, still do. Other than that, I basically just go to clinical, go to school here, and work out. Pretty basic. Not much time for anything else.
Well, I follow up to that, then why athletic training then?
I've always been like around sports, and I like the health aspect of it, like rehab, all that stuff interests me.
Well, then to follow up on that, what aspects of the rehab then that kind of intrigued you into it?
I like helping people. So like when someone doesn't know like what's wrong or they are hurt, like it's nice to like be able to offer some assistance into making them feel better and get back to where they want to be.
So, with that, what do you've sort of said that rehab is sort of something that you like. So what are your strengths that you feel like that you can attribute in athletic training? To an athlete.
To an athlete? I think from like my experience, I think that I'm pretty like approachable, like that students feel like comfortable around me and they trust me, and to help like them get back to where they were, and like both like from like a personal aspect too, like I have a good relationship with the people that I do work with, and I think having an exercise science background, that helps me a lot more with like the rehab aspect, knowing like how the muscles like adapt and work.
Okay. And to go off that, what's your weakness?
My weakness, I think, is I'm pretty quiet. I think it takes me a little bit to like get used to and comfortable around people and like the environment that I'm in.
So, and to add that, you're saying one of your weaknesses is not communication as much as, getting ready to start to talk. How would you, if you feel that is one of your weaknesses, how would you deal with potentially a coach or maybe even a parent who's a little aggressive, and you have that injured athlete that they're not ready to return to play, but yet you have this coach that's on you like, oh my God, that's my star player, and if they don't play, we might as well just give up the season. Like, how would you respond to something?
I think in that situation you kind of have to like suck it up in a way and like defend your athlete and do what's best for them.
And how would we do that?
Explain to the coach, like give like details and like why they can't come back and why it wouldn't be beneficial for the athlete and for the team, because the team isn't going to benefit from someone who can't play properly.
Alright. So what setting are you looking at working as an athletic trainer?
I would like to work in a high school. I found that that's the age group that I like working with the best. I've worked with college athletes, and I like that, but I like the high school aspect better. I like the age group and the kids, and I feel like you just get a better relationship with them than you do in college level.
And we sort of talked about this with him saying, like, how would you explain to a coach, but have you had any experience being in a high school dealing with parents And like any conflict or anything like that?
Conflict how?
Like they are questioning what you're doing as a student?
Yeah, a little bit. I had a kid that I was working with, doing a rehab with, and alongside of like a clinical instructor, and the parent would always come in and he would pull my clinical instructor inside and like kind of whisper to him while I was still in the room, and that kind of like made me feel like I wasn't an important aspect in their rehab. So, like, it wasn't a bad thing. Like, I get it that like they might be like wanting to discuss like personal information about the kid that he might not feel comfortable with me knowing, but I had a good relationship with the athlete, so I just stuck to that, knew that like the athlete trusted me to do what I was there to do, and if the parent didn't, then that was their outlook on it rather than how the athlete saw me.
So one of my big things, and I see it more since I've been doing this for a long time, is, you know, athletic trainers needing time management, time to themselves, time to do their work.
Yeah.
What aspect, or how do you feel that, you know, your time management skills is, what do you do for life skill or life work balance?
I think that I have really good time management. I'm a planner, so I like to organize myself so that I have time to do everything that I need to do.
Now, with that being said, I have found that athletic training is chaos.
Yeah, it is.
And as a planner, you know, that could throw a wrench. You know, you have
Yeah.
a coach that all of a sudden, last minute decides, I'm gonna change my time from 6 to 8 to
Yeah.
7 to 9. You know, how do you handle a situation like that?
Well, we've had a lot of that this year actually. So it is something that like you just have to get used to, and I think like with the job you do get used to it. It's kind of something that you expect. You kind of like do plan for like changes and stuff like that.
Right. My family used to always tell me if I told them 8 o'clock, I'm not coming home to 9.
Yeah. You have to plan it a little differently at the end of the day.
Yeah.
So where do you see yourself 5 years from now?
5 years from now, I would like to be working in a high school, like permanent placement there. Whether or not it's around this area we'll see how that goes, because I do want to go down south eventually, but I do want to work in this area for a little bit to be close to my family.
You know, we take up a lot of your time throwing a lot of things at you. Do you have any questions maybe for us, you know, that you may want to know about, or things that?
Not right now. I think I've asked you about as many
Well,
questions.
you know, as we said, this is, you know, we're both Geisinger employees, so, you
Mhm.
know, one of the things that we'd like to talk about is maybe is there questions that, as a person who may be a potential prospect, do they have any questions about us and how Geisinger works? And so that's why I'm throwing it out there.
I don't know. I feel like I've like
No, you're
aside from
fine.
the interview wise, I feel like I've asked you questions all the time.
No, that's fine, no. Do you want to give her your?
I'll throw you my wrench question. So in your athletic training bag, you have to pick one item.
Yeah.
What is it?
And
That
why?
describes you and why.
Yeah, I've been thinking of it since yesterday. I'm gonna pick hand sanitizer because I like things clean and neat and organized. And it's the best one I could come up with.
There's no wrong answer.
No, but actually, there is, it's more of just a philosophical kind of. Did we ask, no, I don't know, did we ask this, like aspirations from potentially like you've, in kind of our summer questions, you talked about you were looking to go maybe down south.
Yeah.
But, you know, do you have any aspirations, ambitions, goals, whatever, for 5, 10 years down the road?
Your dream job.
And you can say, you know, work in Central
I just would like to be at a school, work at high school or a school district that I just enjoy being at, that doesn't feel like I'm constantly working. I enjoy being there. I enjoy being like with the athletes and the coaches.
Yeah, I'm good. Fine.
Thank you.
Okay, now, just tips, as people interview, this is your first time you're nervous as all get out. Remember, once you pass, you've got the skill, okay? Don't be afraid, own it. Own it. And if you are nervous, one of the things that I've always noticed, and I think I personally like it, maybe somebody else doesn't, when they ask you a question, do the whole, take that breath, think about your answer, then give it, if you're nervous. I think I find instead of kind of just coming out with it and then doing it, and you didn't do it, but yeah, coming out with, ooh, ah.
Yeah.
Take that breath if you're nervous, but you did fine. And remember, if you passed, own it. You deserve it.
You got all your skills now.
Mhm. But, yeah, no, good job.
All right.
Mhm.
Do you have to hit stop?
No, I think he was coming in. We did start that a little late. I'm trying to get us back on track.
Thank you.
Thank you. Nice meeting you again.
You too.
What time is
It's a little off.
10.
Plus, she was pretty nervous. I didn't.